Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast.
We're all set up here down this creek bottom. Bean Buck's been in here a bunch of times, so good chance to see it on him.
Meh. Smoking. I think he just crashed, bro. Absolute money, dude. It's 76 degrees out. We just set up 80 yards from a buck and killed him at 18 yards.
Here we are. We're set up on a scrape that's been absolute fire for the last 8 days. We know a shooter went in here to bed this morning.
Matt. I smoked his ass tonight. You get it? That was at 8, dude. That's at 8.
Bucked out October 28th. Homie's up for the rest of November. But absolute incredible season. Both kills on hanging hunts, right on the beds. And just making it happen.
Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast, coming in your ear holes with Episode 3 of the Rutcation Podcast. It is Halloween night. We just got done trick-or-treating. Rainer's over here doing some spelling words. What's one of your spelling words over there? That seems like an easy one. He's doing some spelling words. I'm going to hit this record button for you guys and knock this out. But before we get into that, let's get into the people that make this possible. If you guys have not checked out Exodus Outdoor Gear's YouTube page, they have a list of incredible content on there, from how to utilize trail cameras, buck kills, blood trailing, podcasts they've done, whitetail cribs, just endless amounts of content when it comes to whitetail deer on that page. So if you guys have not checked out their YouTube, I highly suggest that you do. And if you are in the market for the render, the last call email went out for that Rendell 27% off bundle. So this is going to be your last chance if you want to save that 27% off on that cell cam render bundle. Your last chance to get it here when you're listening to this podcast. So if you hop off here, head over to their website. You can check out RUT27, save 27%. All right, let's get into today. Today I went out to the Urban Piece and on Trailer Park. Had a real easy setup. Actually went and hunted my food plot stand for the first time. I got 5 does in there and 1 button buck daily, and they have just destroyed the food plot. It's in the cover art of the podcast, and it's just absolutely destroyed. There's hardly any of it left already. They've been hitting it every day. They're in there like noon, 1, 2. When I got in there, it was a pretty calm morning. It was a nice day, so there was a lot of noise from the neighbors. People were out walking their dogs. People were out calling their dogs. I heard the school bus go through. So there's a lot of noise that was going on. I had a doe come through, and I could tell she was getting chased. She's breathing heavy and kind of just running all over the place. Then I heard some grunting, so I got pretty excited, and there was a little forked horn bumping her and grunting. Then I ended up seeing another doe kind of fade in, and then I had a big-bodied deer coming through the brush. Couldn't tell exactly what it was. It was kind of angling the plot, trying to get downwind of the scrapes that were there is what I think he was trying to do if it was a buck. But he was kind of angling, and then the trash truck came through, and it was really, really loud. I could see the trash truck go down the road from my stand. And when that trash truck was coming in, I seen that deer it was coming straight for the plot to the backside of those scrapes, and then he just edged straight off and went the other direction when that trash truck come, and really scared him. But I did do some scouting on the way out, and I noticed that the neighbor is not hunting anymore, or there's been no one there. I can see one of their stands from the way I access the property, and all the straps were broke on it. And it looked like it'd been there for a long time. They used to mow the trails. They're all overgrown. So I did try to call him to see if he'd be interested in leasing it, or, seeing if it was okay if I did hunt that area. I called him twice, didn't get him to pick up the phone there, but I'll probably be trying to do that in the future. But that's where this buck is bedded on him. He did not show up on cam today, so that deer is in there for a couple days. He checks that doe bedding and then he rolls out. So once I get him on that cam in the morning, I need to hunt the evening to have a shot at him. But getting close to his bedding on my property is tough. But the neighbors is only like 9 acres, and there's no one on it. So if I could get that 9 acres secured, I could get into where he's bedding a little better access and maybe have a shot at him. But that was my morning. I didn't have to hang a stand. I actually had a stand hung there, and none of the deer spotted me out. At first time I sat in the stand, you never really know. I did cut a few more shooting lanes, just kind of behind the stand of just 2 or 3 limbs that the buck chasing that doe came through. And it was one of those spots where, like, man, if a buck backdoors me, he's going to go right there, and then you didn't cut it when you hung the stand, and then now you've seen a deer do it, so you're like, I got to get that stand up there. So went over there, did that, cut those limbs. I cut a trail all the way through the woods to that stand, so it's really, really easy to get in and out. And got back out. My middle kid, Bladen, he had his Halloween walk at 10:30, so I got out at 10, and that's the first time I ever got to go to that, so where they walk out with their costumes for the school, so I was able to make that. And then we planned on trick-or-treat tonight, so I knew that the evening was kind of a bust anyway, so I just hung out with the kids, cleaned up the house a little bit, and enjoyed hanging out with the kids because I know that here soon I'm going to be in the woods all day. What'd you say? Oh, I didn't go to yours? I know, yeah. I didn't go to Rainer's because my other kids were sleeping. Mom told me to stay home. That's on her. You're going to have to talk to her. But how was trick-or-treating tonight, Rainer? Was it good?
Yes.
How much candy did you get?
About 1,000 pieces.
1,000 pieces. How much is okay for Dad to eat in a tree stand?
0.
0? Yeah, you better keep a close eye on that candy. It's gonna start slipping out. All right. Well, I'm gonna get plans for tomorrow. My plan is we're gonna have kind of a wind that's switching southwest to southwest. I think I'm gonna go and hunt a pinch that I haven't hunted before. I ran a cam there, and a lot of the deer are there like 4 or 5 in the morning. So I'm not real sure if I'll have good luck there, but it's a place I could get in and get out, get in the woods, not bump a lot of stuff, and if anything pinches off that field a little later in the morning, I'll be able to get a shot at it. So I'm going to go in after Joe. That's what I named the bent G2 buck. Shout out to a listener. He messaged that and said that I should name him Joe. So I'm going to go in on Joe and see if he's there. Like I said, the big 11-pointers went through there. The Great 8's been through there. So there's 3 shooter bucks that have been through there in the last 3 days. But like I said, it's all nocturnal movement through there in the morning. Just going to go in there and have a good hunt. And then I will be hunting the evening tomorrow. It's going to be really warm. I'm about to make a decision on what I got to do there. If it stays that southwest, I think I might go hunt the north corner stand that I actually have a permanent stand hung up. It depends on what the cams show for tonight and tomorrow morning on what I plan on doing. But that would be the game plan tomorrow. I'm going to call another guy and see what he's thinking. But just as a nutshell, what I think the Bucks are doing, it's heating up. Bucks are moving a little bit more. This hot weather is going to put a damper on things, but don't let it. Sorry for that interruption. I had a kid, knock on my door. The light's not even on, but he was wanting some candy, so had to get that going, but solve that problem. But yeah, the Bucks they're moving, but the bigger deer are going to be moving in the security cover. So if you got some scrapes and security cover, or if you can get into a good doe bedding area, they are coming back. But mornings will be hot these coming days. It's warm out, so do not overlook that morning in a low spot in a valley or something. And if you do hunt evenings, make sure you are tight to bedding, tight to doe bedding, tight to buck bedding. So you can actually see those bucks up and moving in those hot weathers because they're not going to get up too early, even though it is the rut. I experienced this a couple years ago. We set all-day sits and seen 0 midday movement when it was hot like that. So, all right, let's see if I can get Tony on the line. All right, we got Tony on the line. How are you doing tonight, brother?
Good, my man. Thanks for having me on. It is the time to be in the woods, in my opinion, and I'm fired up. How's everything going your way?
It's a little slow. Seeing some 3-year-olds passed a really good buck last Wednesday, a good 4-year-old, but it's going to pick up here real quick. This heat, though, is going to damper things some, but what are you seeing in your woods over there?
Man, I got to tell you, so a couple days ago, everybody always talks about, when does the rut hit and when does the rut hit? And 2 days ago, I had a doe come out at 11 o'clock, and 30 seconds after, I had a buck that I've never seen before, and I have cameras scattered all over this property, and that buck was 30 seconds, not even behind her. And tonight, I hunted a different property tonight, but another property I had right next to doe bedding. I had a doe came out, and another buck was following her probably a minute behind. So it's literally the waiting game and just being in the right stand at the right time. Obviously, we have 50-degree weather right now, so would 30s or 40s be ideal? Absolutely. But I think right now it's just being in the right place at the right time and, just getting your shot.
Yeah, I put a big emphasis on those mornings. It's going to be 70 here coming up for us, but it's still going to be high 40s and 50s in the morning. And a couple years ago, when I actually did this same thing where I recorded every day, we got our butt kicks out there, but we had really good movement in the morning, and we encountered a 190-inch deer on a day that was supposed to be 76 degrees first thing in the morning, in between two different doe bedding areas. So
yeah,
you can catch them, like you said. You just got to, especially in the evenings, you need to be right on top of that doe bedding area and catch them coming out.
Are you doing the same strategy in the morning? What are you looking at in the morning?
In the morning, I'm gonna hunt. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna hunt a pinch coming off some ag that's pretty far in, and there's some scrapes going back into where they bed. It's more of I can get in and out very easily without bumping any deer than a go in and kill spot. But the chances are there. I've had 3 shooter bucks in there the last 4 days, but they've all been 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6, right there close. I had one at 6:46 a.m. So, that's really, really close. So hopefully a doe just holds them out in the field a little bit longer. And there's a big water drop-off pinch that they have to go around. And I'm going to be tucked up right on that where my wind blows into that, and I can sit there and be real conveniently to get in and get out and not bust anything, because that property is mostly field besides this one spot. So if I go try to get on those fields, I'm gonna bump deer for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I thought tonight was the night, man. I had a doe come out. She was looking heavily into this thicket. I knew a deer was going to be coming right behind her. She came out. Another one came out. Now both of them are out milling around a little bit, and all 3 of them are looking up into this thicket. I'm like, oh, here he comes. And then I ran out of light. But today was big, man. One of the Exodus boys put one down this morning, a real nice one. And I'm sitting in my buddy, his name's Josh. He was on an episode of Whitetail Cribs. He put what he thinks to be an 8-year-old down tonight as well. So, Halloween night was absolutely hopping regardless of the temperatures that were out here in our area.
Yeah, Halloween night's always good. And I know a lot of people people have been messaging me and saying, hey, man, my cams are dead right now. And a lot of those cams are on scrapes on field edges and scrapes, in opener areas. And if you want to kill those deer when it's warm like this, you got to get into that security cover or really close to the bedding or doe bedding. And that's where I had a buddy, real good buddy, Brian. He shot a 168-inch public land buck last night on a scrape. And crazy thing is he had a daylight picture of that deer last year, 24 hours, hitting that same exact scrape the previous year. So that deer was hitting that scrape within 24 hours in daylight. So that was
That's incredible.
Pretty cool. But yeah,
dude, there's something. I don't mean to interrupt you. There's something to that. So there's a specific deer. This is the second year that I'm on him, and I had him on trail camera like 1 day apart in the same location, same time. And the second time that I saw this deer was last Thanksgiving, hitting a same scrape, and I called it a triple scrape. There was 3 scrapes right next to each other. So one area, then another on the same tree. And if I don't have one down, I'm going to bet that I'm going to see that buck, if he's still living, at that same spot, same year after year in that same scrape. I bet it happens.
Yeah, I'd say a really good chance that he'll be right there hitting that scrape.
Weird.
It's so crazy, but I don't know if it's the photo period that they're following or what it is, but that was pretty cool. So definitely a chance to kill bucks, 100%. But like I said, tied to that security cover, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be right outside where those does are bedded in that pinch. Hopefully a doe comes off the field late, and I can catch a buck traveling through there. And it's where a lot of my shooters have been through, so it's kind of this like a numbers game. There's been 3 or 4 shooters in there the last 3 days, so why not go in there where even if it was nighttime picks, early morning picks, you're putting your odds in your favor when you're going in there where at least where they had been. And that wind tomorrow southwest is for the morning for me. That's going to be west switching to southwest. That's the issue for me. That's going to be pretty challenging.
Yep, totally agree. I'm going to be hunting the very same thing. I have a pretty nice funnel that comes off of doe bedding, and it's actually probably 150 yards behind some houses. But the property starts there and basically continues on south. However, this funnel, they use a ton. Like they bed close by these people's house and they work their way into the fields from there. But I think I can catch one tomorrow. I had one tonight, so we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I just chose the wrong property, unfortunately, and that's just how it goes sometimes,
Yeah, that's how it goes. One good thing for if you do know a buck is in there with a doe, sometimes he will hang out. That doe's close, so you can get in there and make a move on him. But you ran some ads on the podcast this year, so go ahead and let the listeners know a little bit more about that from the man behind the company instead of me talking about it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, guys, my name's Tony Sangelosi. I'm the founder of 330 Archery. We're based out of Northeast Ohio and custom string builder. So I've had quite a few people contact me from, asking questions from the podcast. Just an average, normal 9-to-5 working guy, and build bowstrings in the evening for you. We use 452X, one of the best materials out there. We keep our volume pretty low, not because we don't want the work, but we love to be able to turn around your strings within a week. I can't tell you how many guys I've bailed out this year of, hey, I was walking in the woods, fell, and there's some issues with my strings now or whatever. So you can find us at 330archery.com. That's the number 3, the number 3, OH is in the letters, and then archery.com. And a lot of people ask where that comes from. So my area code is 330. My old Instagram handle used to be 330. So that's where the 330 Archery came from. But I'm really proud of being part of this podcast. I've listened to this podcast for a very long time before we became partners on it. So I'm just really appreciative of our partnership, man, and look forward to working in the future.
Yeah, I appreciate you hopping in there, and we started talking before I ran ads, and we were talking almost every day there for a while on text messages, and I'm like, man, let's do something. I love to support a good dude that's trying to, just make his what he loves to do for fun into something that he can do to make some money, to take away some time to be able to do some stuff more time to do what he likes to do, So that's what we're all trying to do with this podcast, with your company. We're just normal guys out here trying to have a little fun, have a little more time to do the stuff we love by making a little extra money somewhere else,
Absolutely. Yep. So I get it, man. Yep. Same thing.
Well, good luck to your hunting there.
And
good luck. I know you said you're going to go help a buddy get a deer out. So it looks like you already found it though. So,
I'm waiting for him to pull in. He shot, like I said, this is the biggest deer of his life. He's got a very impressive wall. And for him to be as excited as he was and say he can't breathe, I'm excited for him to pull in. He says,
yeah, that's always the best, man. That's always the best when you can go help a buddy get a deer out. There was a thing a couple years ago when I said you got to drag 2 bucks or 2 deer out for other people, and then the good karma's on you, and then you'll kill a deer.
I love that, dude.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, I was like, you got to help at least 2 guys get a deer out, and then you're gonna kill for sure because the deer gods are. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go park at the public hunting.
Yeah.
And ask for help then.
Yeah.
See if anybody needs
Yeah.
anything.
Be like, you need any help? I'm trying to get my karma up, man.
I love it.
I haven't helped anybody drag one out this year. That's why I haven't had an opportunity. That's the problem that I got going on. So, all right, man. Well,
get after him,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Good luck hunting out there. Appreciate you coming on.
All right, brother. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, talk to you later.
See you guys.
Bye. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Looks like Ohio's heating up pretty good. He's got a buddy that shot the biggest buck of his life. Brian, my buddy, he's in Central Illinois. He shot the biggest buck of his life on a scrape. So, like I said, don't. A lot of people are saying, well, I'm going to wait the heat out and not hunt. No, go out there and hunt if you got the time, and just try to get tight to that bedding cover and tight to those bedding scrapes or in that doe bedding area in the evening. And then that morning, the morning is going to be – I know it's hard to wake up and get out there, but that's going to be the time you're going to be able to kill these deer. So appreciate you guys tuning in to day 3 here, Halloween night. Be coming at you tomorrow. Try to do the right thing. Try to leave a legacy. We love you, and Whitetail Legacy is out.